It's my 6th year.
You just talk about how the O-line's kind of coming together at this point.
I think we're progressing well as a total group. I think that we're all starting to know exactly what we're doing. But like what Coach Blesh said, it's not about what we do; it's about how we do. So I think all together, we're doing good.
Who's impressing you that's trying to work into the rotation?
Rush Reimer. He comes from Montana State. Both of us came from Montana State, but I think Rush is. You see him after practice inside the O-line room, trying to get some extra film in. So I think he's stepping up. I think honestly everybody's stepping up. Trying to be consistent.
Coach Wilcox mentioned that you were one of the guys that he cited as an off-season leader. Is that something that you've decided to take a little bit more vocal role in coming into the season?
Yes, yeah, yep. Came in and they had said I was one of the commanders now, so just trying to step up and assume the role.
Well, you're 23. That's commander age.
Yep, yes, sir.
Can you talk about what it means to an offensive lineman that your position coach is also the offensive coordinator?
It's great because it's like he has our back, and sometimes with offensive coordinators like they don't always. I would say they don't always have our back, but Coach Blesh, from day one he's always been there for us. So I think that's cool that he's still here and even being the offensive coordinator, big guy.
I mean, are you sort of accustomed to being the quarterback's coach, and maybe he doesn't have the same connection that you have with your position guy?
Yes, most definitely.
And how does that make you feel, and how's that change things?
I think it helps the O-line out a little bit more because he knows, what the O-line scheme is and what exactly we need to do. So instead of rather being a quarterback coach doing it, it's the O-line coach who's kind of leaning more towards maybe running the ball more or being more aggressive in what we do.
And when it's your position coach saying that this team's going to rise or fall based on the O-line, does it mean more when it's coming from the guy who's both the O-line coach and the coordinator?
Yeah, the O-line, that's the roots of the team. Instead of being 5 pennies, we're 1 nickel. So I think that we're all sort of the big root of the whole team.
Coach Blesh said last year one of his goals was to establish a different mentality for the offensive line, and the line played quite a bit better than the year before. Can you talk a little bit about what those changes were in the mentality and in your performance last year?
Yeah, so Coach Blesh had kept telling us, Coach Blesh and Mike Safel had kept asking us, what is our identity? What do we want out of our O-line? And we want to be fast, physical, and fearless. Those are the 3 things that we want to do. So that's exactly what we're going to do this year.
And coaches up here talking about wanting to establish a run. What does that mean to an offensive lineman?
Run the damn ball. Just run that and just go straight upfield. Get your guy, put him on his butt, play with some grit.
For you to have that right side, kind of be veterans, guys that, Vati's obviously been with you for a bit now, and how important is that for an offensive line, because it is, a position that needs some cohesion?
Yeah, like I said, with the 5 pennies and 1 nickel thing, we're all together, and especially with Vati, when you're playing next to somebody for a certain amount of time, what we need to work on, what we're good at, and you just know the guy next to you, so you can, in my opinion, you can trust him more, and we can trust each other more, just being together for this long.
Talking to Rush before he landed out here after you committed, he was talking about your relationship and how you felt like he maybe missed out a little bit by not being able to learn under you as much as he wanted to. But what's it been like to kind of have him here now with you and be able to kind of grow that connection, develop that relationship?
It's great because Rush has came a long way, and I haven't seen Rush in about 2 years. So ever since he stepped up at Montana State, he's played a big role. First team FCS. So I think that Rush coming in is really good for me too, because I can also compete more with him and kind of tag ideas based off of what we do.